So, like, this is, hey, YouTube, the second time that I've recorded this video. I had to start over from the last one because I really want to take you guys back. So, here's the thing. As you see, my background is different because I did it. We're in Tulsa. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I still wake up every single day in this apartment and like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe we did that. And I can't even say I, because my best friend, my best friend's my rock. My best friend, we like this. And we did that. We pushed that. We took so we left on, I left on December 1st. I got up, I cleaned up the apartment, or it wasn't really a clean up. We just had to straighten up just a couple little things. Got it in, got stuff packed in my car, got things packed, rest up in the truck. And then we ended up, then my landlord came, I switched out my keys, and then we went over to the U-Haul to get my car latched onto the truck. So we had a 15-inch truck, it had my entire life in it. And I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy because my apartment, I've never seen it in person. And it was a lot because at that point I felt homeless, like just completely homeless. Like that's how I felt because everything in my entire life was packed up in this U-Haul, headed to a state which I only know one person in, going for something because I feel like it's pushing me towards. Like that's literally all I was doing. And then so we got everything last time. My best friend, she was like, I don't know about this. She was kind of, worried. I get it because it's a lot. Like she said, that would have been her first time pulling something like that. But we thought about it. We was like, we ain't got no time to be going back. Let me tell y'all about my best friend and I. When we travel, we are on strict. We don't do all that random stopping and you want to lollygag. No, we trying to get there. Like my thing, I thought we was gonna get there until Saturday morning. Now, best friend was like, no, we getting here Friday night. So okay, I was like, well, all right then. So we ended up, so she got everything latched on and we got out of there. We got out of Louisville, I want to say about maybe 11 or 12. And we stopped outside of town and got gas. It was me, my best friend, and Jesse. And I ain't gonna, it was like so many feelings and stuff. I'm an Aquarius, so of course. And so my emotions are different than most people's emotions. Stuff doesn't normally hit me until after the fact, after I done made that plan to do whatever it is I'm gonna do and I'm ready for it. I'm gonna do it. Let me tell you, I'm going to do it every single time. I don't care how something, I'll be like, I don't want to do that, but guess what? I know I'm going to do it. But the aftermath of me doing it, like 30, 40 minutes, start feeling that. And it's like all that buildup. So we was about 3 hours in and we had stopped for gas. And the lady at the gas station was having some technical difficulties and stuff. And it was a time. And then my landlord called me and she says, well, hey, so I got some good and bad news. I'm like, oh my God. I can't do either or, ma'am. Like I was like, okay, I was like, what's the bad news? She said, well, your apartment isn't ready. The maintenance man had a family emergency and the housekeeper just didn't show up. She said, I can't give you that apartment because that would be, I can't do that as a landlord. Heart is like boom, 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 boom. At this point, like that whole, delayed reaction, because the delayed reaction was already there at that point. Like I had the delayed reaction from leaving because it was all building up. Because right now it just felt like a road trip with best friend. Like that's what it was like. Yay, best friend, road trip. But then when we started getting outwards and I started remembering that I had my entire belongings in this car and all of that, at that point I'm like, oh my God. So I'm at that point of I was already about to start letting it go. I was already inside like, we can make this, because the lady at the gas station was already getting me bubbled up. Then when the landlord called and she's like, your apartment's not ready, I'm like, so She said, but I've got good news. I've got another apartment. She said, and I really think that you'll like this one better than you'll like the other one. I'm like, I don't really have any choice. I'm like, and then I was like, oh, I was like, but I've already changed my I've already done my change of address. And she was like, oh, well, maybe you can stop it. She was like, I'm telling you, you'll really like this apartment. She's like, and I'll do something better for you. Since we had this issue, I'll go ahead and knock your rent down to $7.99 because we have to do that for people like with people with credit like yours. Okay, well, all right then. I said, all right, well, I'll figure out the change of address situation. I said, I'm all right. She said, you all right? She said, it's gonna be okay. I'm telling y'all, this woman held my hand from Kentucky all the way to Tulsa, all the way. And so I said, oh, it'll be fine. I'll figure it out. So we was able to figure it out. I got off the phone and I was able to get it canceled and everything. All that got situated. But by that time, it was too late because my body reacted to all of it. It was a time. So, like I said, we normally don't stop for more than like 5 or 10 minutes. That stop was for about 30, 45 minutes because my body was not. We had really just taken it all in at that point that this is what we was doing, and it was a time I had to break down in that bathroom. We stopped at that pallet. Ooh, child, I broke down in that bathroom. And I mean, like, when I say broke down, my whole body broke down. It was like, it was just a lot. It was. And I don't think anybody can prepare you for that part. Like, nobody, like, we be like, oh yeah, let's go, let's do it. And then we get there, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. And the whole time we bouncing around in this truck, I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm doing this shit. I can't believe I'm doing this shit. We in Kansas. And I'm like, no, we didn't go to Kansas. I'm sorry. We went through St. Louis. We've been to St. Louis. And then I went to Springfield and I was like, okay, well, I've been to Springfield as well. And then, but when we started getting past Springfield, it didn't feel like no road trip. It was like, I kept thinking, oh my God, I kept thinking, I go see best friend no more. I ain't go see my kids no more. Everything was just hitting me. I'm just sadly just riding, just thinking about all of this stuff. And I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's all I keep thinking the entire time. I can't believe I'm doing this. Whole time I'm just riding. And then finally, me and best friend smokers. We highly smokers. So we see a sign, y'all, that says we riding through. This is when we're riding through right past St. Louis. Because we hadn't really gotten to, I think it might have been right past Springfield, to be honest, because I had never seen that part before. And like I said, I've been through St. Louis and to Springfield and back, but I'd never seen this part of Missouri before. So we stopped and we seen a sign that said, ID only. What did it say? ID, THC ID only. I was like, I got an ID. We drove that truck around the little turnabout. Yes, we found a little thing. I hurry up and Googled this little dispensary. It was right off the exit. It was like, okay, this is perfect, right? So the way the driveway was made, it looked from the outside that you can go in and turn and go out. We quickly learned that was not the case. So now we got to get this U-Haul, this 15-inch U-Haul with the little tiny Kia Soul on the back, turned around so we can get out of this little hole. So the best friend is like, I don't think we're going to be able to get out. Oh, no, let me tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to give up, and we not going to be stuck in this little hole. That's what we're not going to do. And we're not going to call the police because they gonna know we were some stoners and we just stopped. We're not doing any of that. We gonna get up out of here. So I'm like, all right, now what we gonna do, best friend, is I'm gonna get out this truck and cause you the driver. I know I can't drive this, but I'm gonna coach you up out of this. So I'm like, nah, turn it around. I said, you gonna have to turn. And the whole time I'm back there, I'm like, man, I don't know what we gonna do. I'm like, all right, now turn it this way. I said, sometimes you're gonna have to get it this way. Now bring it back this way. Now come back. Like I am out there just flag poet. All I needed was a sign, y'all. All I needed was a sign. I'm like, come on, and back it up and turn it around. When we turned around, we were like, we did that. I was like, now let's go get some weed. So I go in, I'm like, I need something that's gonna keep me up and keep me going because I know you fucking lying. Has been a lot. They was like, what's going on? I said, coming from Kentucky and I'm going home to Tulsa. They were like, oh, they was like, you're moving to Tulsa. I said, this a distance. No, no, and I'm the one doing this. I said, I've only been to Tulsa 2 times and I didn't really go out and do much when I was there. I was like, this is a hell of a mood. It was like, we got the best strain for you. They had something called jealousy something or another. And I was like, okay, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Okay, cool. So I got that and all good. Anyway, moving on past that situation. Moving on. So we got up out of there. We drove on. It was just, it was cool. It was a good ride. It was no problems. The U-Haul didn't break down. There was no issues. Nothing. The dog didn't poop and Jesse was a saint. He had a ball riding. He enjoyed that ride. He really did. Then we stopped. We got to Tulsa. So what I did was I put in the address that I had because I didn't have the new address. We put that address in, and then what we did was we hit it towards here, and then we found a hotel right off. So who's moving in? The landlord told me I could call her at any time and she would let me in the apartment. But who the hell moving in at 2:00 in the morning? I know you fucking lying. So I was like, nah, we'll just book a room when we get close to there. And that's what I did. We booked a room. And we stayed there overnight. Little Ramada off the side of the expressway. It was nice. It was just somewhere to sleep. You don't have to sleep because what we weren't gonna do was sleep in no truck. No. I had pre-planned for that. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you, if you make this move, don't try to use your whole life savings. I mean, make sure you got money because it's gonna take. You're gonna have to stop. You gotta make sure you have money for anything. I was prepared, honey. I came with a little bag, and I had muscle relaxers in there. I had Tylenols. I had vitamins. I had tampons. I had period. I had whatever it is you needed. You need your glasses clean. I got that in this bag too. I had everything prepared. I had dog treats. I had dog food. I had a dog water. I had everything. I was ready. I had treats. I wanted to make sure that we were legit okay on this ride. I had AAA. I had double. I'm like, I got all of this. I'm ready. I was prepared for this. It's funny because, when we're younger, we do stuff and we don't know what we're doing it for. We just know we're doing it because we need it or we got to do it. It's just like when you go to school, you're like, I want to do this because I know in the future I'm going to need this or I'm going to do this. Well, I've been working on my credit for some years now. And when I did it, I really didn't know what I was doing it for. I just did it because, it was everybody's like, you got to have good credit to do this. You got to have good credit to do that. They make it seem like if you ain't got good credit, you can't do shit. So, I started working on my fucking credit. And I wouldn't say you can't do shit, but they don't treat you with respect, or you don't get you get the shitty end of the stick when it comes with you ain't got no good credit score. So I was like everybody else. I wanted a decent credit score. So I worked hard and got my little credit score up. Anyway, we are about 30 minutes. These little videos can only be 30 minutes long. So I'm going to have to keep stopping them. So I'm going to try not to ramble too much either. So there's that. But if you're ever interested in knowing how I did it, because it only took me about a year to get my credit score up, I'll definitely give you, it ain't no secret or anything like that. Anywho, so we got here about, I want to say about 10 o'clock. It was not later than midnight when we got here. We slept over. We got up the next morning, had breakfast at the hotel, and then we got ready to pack up because we was going to go into the U-Haul to get the car removed, get the car hitch off, because we were tired of driving it. Plus, we had to get the stuff off the U-Haul. So we were headed downstairs, and she's like, you got the van key? And I was like, nope, I gave you the van key last night. She's like, nope, you didn't give me the van key last night. So the entire trip, I had this issue with losing things. I had lost my phone. I had lost, and I did end up losing a phone during this trip. I did, but I had lost this phone. This phone I did not want to lose. The other phone I would have been okay. I was okay with losing, and I did lose it. But I kept losing things this entire trip. So I told her I did not want to be in charge of anything else important. So I remember giving her the van keys when we were outside. So, well, before we even get to that part, so we're scrambling and we're scrambling and scrambling. So I'm going through all my stuff. I'm now at this point, I'm in tears because I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I know I gave her these van keys. And so she's like, no, I know you did. And I'm like, okay. So I'm scrambling through my stuff. I'm on the ground going through my shit. I got this dog. I look like a crackhead, y'all, because I'm hot. Like pussy at this point, okay? So then she's scrambling through her stuff. We're looking through our stuff. We still can't find the van keys. So then at this point, I'm like, let me call U-Haul because I got to figure out how we got to get some keys because I got to get myself out of this truck. Da 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 da. I call U-Haul. They're like, yeah, we can come out and help you out with that. It'll only be a good cost of $250. Nigga, what? Like, at that point, it just all thought. I was like, no. This I ain't got. I mean, I had $250. I could have put it on my credit card, but I really did not want to put the $250 on my credit card. So we didn't put the. So friend was like, well, we can call a local locksmith. So then I called my best friend that lives here and I was like, hey, best friend, listen. What can I do? And she's like, well, I might know a locksmith. She was like, well, let me get there first. And I said, fuck a locksmith, you got a coat hanger? Friend, you got a coat hanger? She was like, I might. I was like, okay, cool. So we gets there and well, we outside, we scrambling. Let me tell y'all something. At this point, I'm just like, it must be a sign. It must be a sign for me to go home. I just like, at this point, I'm just like, I need to go home because this is a sign. This is a sign that everything from this point is going to be bad. At this point, I'm really, because I told best friend before we left Kentucky, let me tell you something. At any point, if I feel like this is a bad idea, guess what? She said, what? I said, we're going home. I said, we're going to go home. She's in this truck. I said, did I say we? I mean we. Me and you. You're not gonna leave me here. If I don't feel comfortable, you're not gonna leave me here. She said, okay. And so I'm thinking right there, I'm thinking, I'm about to pull that card, because I'm at this point, it's like anything is bad. It's all bad. So then at this point, I'm telling her, I remember giving you the van keys last night when we were sitting back on the wall. And she's like, no. I said, yes. So she was like, well, let me walk around there. So she walks around there. And then she calls me on the way back and says, you were right. They were sitting right there on the thing. That was one thing I remember. I said, I did not want to be in charge of anything else because I knew I would lose it. And did. Okay. So there we go. So we did get the van keys back and we went and took the truck over and got the hitch removed. And then we came back over. So then we came over here to, see the apartment. Now, this was the first time I had ever seen my apartment. All I see my apartment from literally for the last 2 weeks, I just been looking at the pictures and pictures can be anything. You can get in there and be, it'd be just something completely just bad. Anywho, I ended up looking, all I did was kept watching the pictures, looking at the photos and stuff. So I'm sitting outside, I'm waiting on the landlord. I thought she was taking long, but I just didn't go stand by the door because it was cold outside. So I'm sitting in my car, I'm chilling. So then I go and I walk back over there and she's here. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in and she's like, hey, when I walk in, y'all, have y'all ever heard, this is for anybody who's into alternative music. I think it's called Simple Plan. I can't stand it's like, all I can say is that my life is pretty lame. Okay, I'm not gonna go into the song because now I want to hear it. Anyway, that song played when I walked in, and because it was this woman with this long, gray, luxurious hair in this, I don't know, this sunflower child with these bell bottoms on, and I felt like I walked into the 70s, y'all. What was that? The era? That was the 70s, 80s, right? That was 70s. I was just like, she was a delight, y'all. She was a delight. She was a delight, and she was so sweet. And like I said, she was like, she was so apologetic. I'm so sorry that your apartment wasn't ready. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting that. I love working with people from out. She was just very apologetic and understanding. Like, it was okay. I was like, it's okay, it's okay. She was like, but let me show you your apartment. She said, I really think you're going to like this one a lot better than you was going to like yours. I said, okay, well, at this point I don't really have a choice. And she was like, let me show you. So she brings me around to this apartment. And I liked where it was already in the cul-de-sac. It was like in a corner apartment. And the corner apartments, in my opinion, are always a little bit bigger because they got that corner setting kind of going on. So I was like, all right, fine, let's go in. So we goes in, and y'all, if you follow me on YouTube, you will see the apartment, and I will actually, not YouTube, if you follow me on TikTok, you will see the apartment, but I will always also link the video down below for how I walked in so you can see the comparison between the two apartments. But anywho, so when I walked in, I felt like I was in a goddamn mansion. Oh my God. I felt it like it was like, I would literally be paying $75 more for all of this. And I still, to this minute, I still cannot believe this entire apartment is mine. Like, and she was right. I do love my apartment way more than I love the apartment that she was going to give me. Because like I said, I picked my apartment I picked my apartment from a distance. So the one that I want, she showed me two. One had like a little, like a balcony setting, but this one had it was just an open space, and I didn't want that. So, and if I'm able to figure out how to put a picture somewhere, I will try to figure that out, but I don't know. I'm going to try to work some editing software. If I'm able to do it, I'll put it at 2258, put that photo of how the other one looked compared. So anywho, mine was, so then you walk in, so when you first walk in the apartment, it's a bedroom on this side and a bedroom on this side. The fireplace is here, and then there is a balcony. So it's like a patio. So I have a patio right there. I can walk out my patio, and there's a little place for me to, I could put a chair out there in the summertime. I can enjoy myself. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true when I walk into my apartment. Like, I mean, I'm not going to hold you. I'm very simple when it comes to I'm very, very simple when it comes to things. Like, I don't really need a lot. So, like, the walls were kind of gray, and it was, to me, where I'm from, it was giving me project vibes. But no, these are not project vibes. My friend let me know. She said, all the walls look like this. It's just that plain, blum prison look. And I'm like, well, I like it. Because, I'm an Aquarius, baby. Gray is my color. I wear a gray sweatshirt, a gray hoodie, a gray thing. The only thing I got on right now is got color in it, is these sweatpants, and they red. You always got this little color in there, just a little bit. But I love some good grays in my life. Okay, anywho, so we got, and yeah, I did. She was definitely right. I really do love my apartment way more than I love then I like the other one, because I've seen where the other one is and I hate it. I'm like, ooh. I mean, my dog likes to poop over there, but that's like his spot. But other than that, I'm good, love. I'm good. So So we was able to get everything in. We got everything in. Best friend came. Her family came. They helped me get everything in. And then we ended up, so after we got everything in, we went and found food and we just kind of chilled. And then best friend was like, now let me tell y'all, best friend got OCD. Best friend was like, I'm not gonna let you sit here in these boxes. Okay. So we got the boxes out. We got unpacked. She unpacked me. Got us unpacked, got things going so I can make sure I can have my coffee the next morning, all that fun stuff. And it got it looking like home. And I'll be honest with you guys, I have had a lot of breakdowns. I've had a lot of breakdowns, more or less, because it's a lot. Nobody could have prepared. Like, we see people, they talk about once they get to Tulsa Remote and all the fun stuff and the stuff that happens then, but nobody talks about, man, nobody blogs. Nobody's like, oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. And when I say severe anxiety, I have severe anxiety. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I finally, me and best friend chilled, watched the movies. No, we didn't. I think we did. We watched the movie on the phone because that was all we had. We went, shit, I tell you, we weren't thinking. We chilled, but like I was getting all the stuff ready. And as I was like putting the stuff together, I was like, man, this is home. And it just feels so big. It feels so big compared to my other apartment, y'all. Literally, my other apartment had to be like maybe 600 square feet. 600. 600, okay? This apartment right here is 1,000 square feet. And I'm like, this room is huge. And this is my office. My bedroom is massive. I love my bedroom. It is open. It's space. I can move around. I could run through my apartment and get tired. Like, I love where I live at. I do. I really and truly love my apartment. I will say when you're trying to find an apartment in Tulsa, you want to pull up two things. You want to pull up Google Maps. Them apartment guide things, that's the worst thing you could do. What you should do is you should go to Google, pull up the Google map, and then pull up your crime map in a different tab, okay? I know y'all like the crime map. Yeah, because this is how I found my apartment. And look on the crime map where the latest murders were at, and that's how you find the pockets, because there's a pocket about a couple blocks away from me, and it's just that area, that one little street, 61st and Peoria. That's it. Then after that, it's all nice and upscale. So if you're from Kentucky and you happen to follow me, because I don't tell anybody about my my YouTube. If you find it, you find it. That meant it was meant for you to find it. But I'm not gonna come out and tell you about it because I'm here just because I needed to get it out of me. My area reminds me of Fern Creek, Bardstown Road area. So it's like once you get past that pocket, which is like the West End, boom, then it's back to Fern Creek again. It's just like a pocket of like Portland, West End area was just thrown in there, and then we're out. Okay. But anywho, so we're about 29.7. So I'm gonna in a second stop this so that I can start it over again. And yeah. Anywho, so I don't even think I have to tell y'all that. No, I don't. So no worries. So I ended up Sunday rolled around. So Sunday morning, got up, got everything situated. And I tell you, it's something about having a bigger spot that makes you want to keep it clean. Like, it's like, I think in my in my small apartment, it was just like, well, put it anywhere. Shit, ain't no place for it anyway. But here it's like everything has a place. Everything has its place. So everything, I need to put that back. Everything needs to go in where it needs to go in. There should be no reason for anything to be out of place at any time. So what I do every night is I try to go through and I clean up. I make sure I'm keeping everything straight. And I started doing that from that Sunday. Because I wanted to, or from the time I got here, because I want to make sure everything stays in its place. Because to be honest with y'all, I have not fully unpacked. I know. I've been here 15, 16 days and I have not fully unpacked. It's still that fear of I may have to get up out of here at any time. I survival mode for me. You never know. And I'm still packed up enough that all I need is a couple of boxes to get these personal items in, and I can go to the local Home Depot and get those, and I'm ready to go. And just rent a U-Haul. I got it. Let go. Let go. That's where I'm at, okay? I'm at that point because if something happens, I gotta go. Because that's how my mind frame is. I think it's my anxiety that's messing with me. You know, yesterday, I had a big breakdown. So the one thing that I'm noticing about Tulsa is these foods drive fast, okay? I don't know why y'all in such a rush and where y'all going, because in a minute y'all gonna be going somewhere you can't come back from. They drive fast, and they drive fast on the expressway. They drive fast on the street. They drive fast in the neighborhoods. They drive fast in the apartment complex. They drive fast everywhere, okay? So me, I am from Kentucky. And in Kentucky, I drive fast. Because like in Kentucky, they be driving like 30s and 40s, and some people drive 50s, and not a lot of people get up to 60s and 70s. So I drive that in Kentucky. But if they already at 70 and 80 and I'm new here, I'm only going 50, I am pushing it at 50 on a regular street. And then they want you to go fast, but then all at the same time they jumping out in front of you. So it's a lot. Okay? Now add all that and add rain. And when I say rain, it's like pouring them. Constant rain. And when it rains here, y'all, when I say it rains in Tulsa, baby, it rains. It's 100% rain all across the board. And it's an all day affair. No. And they always drive. Like everybody drives. That's how you drive. I can't do it. No. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So yesterday defeated me. Yesterday I went to go get new chompers. These are not it. I will have the next time. Well, the next video after I do this one, I'll do another video next week. Maybe next week. If not, it'll be in a few weeks because I'm trying to get through all of this. Yeah, I will do another video because I gotta tell you what happened with the orientation. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that in this one. Anywho, so where were we at? I always do that. But yes. So, yeah, they drive fast. They drive really fast here. So yesterday I felt pretty defeated. Yeah, yesterday after I left the dentist, I was like, I can't do this. I want to go home. Like, I literally sat in my car and cried and was like, I just want to go home. Like, I can't do this. These people, I don't understand why they're in such a rush. Where are you going? Okay. Where are you going? And where, and why are you trying to get there so fast? Like, and it's raining. Then on the way, and I think it was because on the way to the dentist, the lights were out. So the lights are out. It's raining. Y'all can't drive. And I'm scared, okay? My anxiety is through the roof, okay? So then I had to go back to the dentist at 1:30 so they could take an impression. And so I had to stay in that area. That area was like St. Matthew's on Swole on Black Friday. That's what it was. It was like St. Matthew's on Black Friday times 10. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it. So I just went back, did that part of it, and then they were like, "Can you come back at 3:30? We can have it ready for you." No, 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 no. I know. I said, "I'm going home." I said, "Ma'am, I've been here since 11. My anxiety is through the roof. Y'all can't drive, and I'm scared. I'm going home because my life is more important." So I went home, and on my way home, I wanted to stop and get food. I wanted to stop and do a lot, but I was just like, I can't be out anymore. I just wanted to go home. And when I say home, I wanted to go home to Kentucky. Like, I wanted to go home, pack my shit up, and do it myself, and call somebody on my way home. I'm home. I'm headed home. Type shit. Like, I was so mad. Like, you know, and I have a lot of those. And it's not mad. I'm not gonna lie and say that um I don't love it here. I do. I really do love it here. I really do. I think it's just that home feels safe. It just feels safe at home. And even if I say I want to go home, I don't got no home to go to. I have to go home and find a home, or I gotta go home and stay with my mama. And oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother YouTube channel. I need to go join somebody. It's a whole nother one. But seriously, I just was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I just cried out, just cried out, just cried out. And then I came home and just did what I did in Kentucky when I couldn't figure out no other way of fixing it. Just lay down and just sit on the couch and just wait. And just wait. And I just laid there. I was just sitting there playing games on my phone. I'm thinking to myself, I could go get in the lab. This is what I call the lab. My goal is to make this wall just my relaxation wall. I'm going to put a tapestry on that wall and put lights around it, so that way I can make it like a little area for myself. And then on this wall, it's just going to be all my computers and things. So, I'm like, I just lay there. I was like, I just felt like I couldn't do nothing. I just lay there. And then got a phone call, and then we got talking, and made me feel better. And then I got my butt in the lab, and I sat in here. Even though I didn't do anything, I still sat in here. I still got up, and it was like, I got to figure out something now, because Miss Ma'am, you can't be feeling like this. You did this. You did this for a reason. There was no, because like I keep saying to myself, I ain't supposed to be here. Because people, when I was at the orientation, people kept asking me, what's your, what kind of work do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm an executive assistant. Like it wasn't like no. It wasn't like these. They were like, "Yo, I'm a project manager. I'm a network corporation." Here, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here, but okay. So and I feel like everything is really happening for a reason. So all I can do is just tough it out. And like my people keep saying, "Listen, you got to do a year. Yeah, I got to do a year. I got to do a year because I can't let 1 month or one couple of days or weeks, determine my entire stay. I can't, because I didn't had the first 2 weeks have been difficult. So there's that. So, okay. So then, I did do, or I attempted to do my orientation. So my orientation was supposed to be on the 13th. And my timing has been really sucky when it comes to here. It's like my work, cause say at home I get off at 6, here I get off at 5, I go in at 8, get off there at 9. So it's just like, it's a lot. And my mind and all of that is just really taking a toll on me. Like like I said, nobody prepares you for this part. They always prepare you for, oh, you're gonna get this, and Tulsa River's gonna do that. Yeah, they're gonna do all that, but there's just a lot of stuff you gotta do with yourself too first, because before you can even get there, you gotta make sure you get you all the way together. Because honey, this is a lot. It's a lot. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, because it really shows you what you can do. It really shows you if you can do that. You really don't know if you can do that until you actually do it. And then when you do it, you're like, oh my God, I actually did that shit. So I'm definitely not pushing it down, like saying, oh, it's a bad thing. No, I'm saying it really shows you what you can do and what you can't do, because we sit there and we're quick to be like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. But we can do it, y'all. We can do it. We can really do it. You can really do it. But so I keep skipping around. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this timer at the same time. What was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, the orientation. So with the timing, it mixed me up. And long story short, I ended up arriving 30 minutes after the orientation started. And it was an auto thing that said if you arrived after 10 minutes, that you would have to be rescheduled for the next one, which means that you will not receive your first stipend until your big lump sum until 5 days after you do the full orientation. So since I was not able to attend the full orientation, I will not be able to complete my orientation until January 10th. So there's that. But that's okay, because I had to go home in February anyway, because I had to get my tags taken care of. No, actually, I think I'm going to get my tags done here or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like right now, because I don't know. Everything is like so full ahead. I'm scared, y'all. This is a lot. I'm like, first year we're in here, we're doing this. But I will say, even though I didn't get to stay, I didn't get counted as the orientation for that orientation, I really did enjoy myself. I enjoyed talking to new people and getting to know new people and establishing relationships and friendships. It felt good. And I'm kind of upset because last night they had the end of year gala, and I wanted to go. I really did. But one, I didn't really have any gala attire just laying around the house. And then two, at first I got an invitation to the after party. I was like, okay, cool, I could do that. But it was still the same attire. But then last minute, I got 2 tickets to the dinner. When I was like, oh, got no date, nobody here. So I was like, well, you know what? Plus, it was still raining, and this is Tulsa, so no. And I could have took a lift, but no, I don't. And again, this is Tulsa, and it's raining. I don't like day driving. I don't want nobody from here driving me. So again, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. So I ended up just staying at home. Plus, I was just not really feeling the whole feeling of anything. But the orientation was very, very informative. I did learn a lot of things. I got to learn about 36 degrees north, and I cannot wait to go and visit that. And then we learned about the events and how the page changed. It was a lot of information that we learned about just during that orientation. And it tells you more about Tulsa Remote, and it tells you more about, if you come into Tulsa to do something, they make you feel like you can do it in Tulsa. Like you can really do it in Tulsa. Whatever idea you've been thinking about, or it may be a good idea, bring it. I see what the goal is. And I love being around business minded people because I'm a type person. You tell me all about you and I'm like, well, you should create a business like this. And I be thinking that I should create a business like that. But let me tell you, I don't never, I will tell you, and I got so many ideas up here that I want to do, but nothing sticks. Nothing be like, and then as soon as I realize somebody else is doing it, I don't even want to do it no more. I had a great idea that I came with, and I seen recently that the library do it. But the library ain't gonna have what I'm gonna have in mind, so I ain't really worried about that. I ain't even worried about it. Um, but yes, so I went to the after the it was like a reception afterwards, and it was good, it was nice, and that really got to sit down and talk to other people and people who were just getting there. I met a lady who was from Haiti, and I was like, man, I made a big deal out of coming from Kentucky, but ma'am, you came across the world. Like, I mean, you came from a distance. That's a distance. I met a guy from Canada. It's like I met people from all over. These are people that I would have never met sitting in Kentucky, and I definitely wouldn't have met them sitting in Kentucky, because in Kentucky, all I was doing was sitting on my couch and waiting to go, just waiting, because I ain't feel like life. It was just a lot for me. It was a lot. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. But again, that's a whole different subject for a whole different YouTube channel. But so far today, I'm having a better day. I will say that I am planning to go out, and I have to go grocery shopping. Not too much, just a couple little knickknacks. That's another thing that I've noticed here. So, where I'm from, we have Kroger's, and that's my favorite grocery store. I go to Kroger's for everything, and I always feel like Kroger's is it's a little bit more expensive than Walmart, but I just like the quality in the food. So, and some things you can get cheaper at Kroger's, like meat. You can get cheaper at Kroger than you can at Walmart. I feel like Walmart meat is high. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so here though, there's no Kroger's, so there's that. Um, there is Reezer's. There's one's called Harps. There's Sprouts, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Walmart, Cash Savers. Did I say Reezer's? And there's a couple other little knockoff grocery stores. Anywho, so I realized that in order for me to get any type of deals, I have to go to three to four different stores. So I have to go to Reezer's for Reezer's has their own little sales sometimes, and you gotta go for their sales. And then they got really good. They meat is good. Yes, they meat. Like, I went to Reezer's for the first time last week, and I got chicken for $1.32 a pack for 6 pieces. So, and it was on sale. So I'm gonna go back to make sure I don't, miss. I don't want no more chicken. I really need some beef. Plus, I'm gonna make me a casserole this evening. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in for the. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make food. And it's funny because with my apartment, I'm having so much fun, just like cooking and enjoying things. Y'all, I cannot wait till I get my new teeth, because this ain't it. This ain't it. But but yes, it's an experience. I will say that. I will definitely say this has definitely been an experience. And if you are thinking about doing it and you're scared, do it. Do it scared. Because, well, why? Why not? It's definitely a learning experience. I'm trying to remember where I be going because I don't want to get lost. I do know how to get home from some places. Once you know the number street and how the number street flow, you can kind of find your way around Tulsa. I will say that the roads, they definitely need to do something with these roads, honey, because these roads, it'd be like this whole time. When I went to the orientation, I went through town, because that was the way that the GPS took me. But then on the way back, it took me like a back way through Riverside Drive, and that one was a lot smoother because the streets over there are made of gold. No, not trying to be, but they trying to keep that streets nice. They trying to keep them nice over there. Uh, so those roads were very smooth. But when you start getting closer to the South Midtown area, then yeah, they get the bumpy roads again. But it was it's nice here. It really is here. I don't have any problems. I haven't really seen a strong police presence. I did see like some cops sitting up on the corner, but like they look like they were just scoping out the joint. I don't know. But it hasn't been, I haven't had any type of true issues here. I haven't felt like anybody disrespect me. I know that a lot of people are worried about like the racism situation and things like that. I'm not saying that there isn't racism here, but I haven't experienced any from firsthand. People treat me with respect. You know, I talk to everybody. I'm like, hi. You know, I'm like dingy white bitch anyway. So like, they don't they and I don't say that in no type of disrespectful manner, but like I'm just it's fun. I try to be fun and outgoing, and I don't have those types of issues. I haven't experienced it here at all. There is not a lot of us here, but then again, there is. Like you would think they made it seem like there was not going to be a lot. First of all, let me tell you something. They made Tulsa seem the first 48 makes Tulsa seem equivalent to New Jack City, and I can promise you it's not. I feel safer here than I did in Kentucky because like if I when I pulled up the crime map in here compared to Kentucky, the crime map in Kentucky was scary, and I'm like, God, I lived around all of that, and here it's like sporadic bits and pieces of what's going on, and so you know it it's we got pockets. That's just like Kentucky. Kentucky got pockets too. You know, some place. Well, no, if the one place is bad, the whole area is bad. We don't care. It ain't no pocket. The whole area is bad. The whole side of town is bad. If it got one bad part, the whole side is bad. We don't have pockets. We have a side. But here they have pockets. So, that's I will say that they made when you listen to people or the people who live here, they will make it seem like Tulsa is equivalent to New Jack City. And I promise you, it is not. It is very peaceful here. There is I've not had any type of crime drill areas, issues. No, I live in a very nice, safe area. I take my dog to walk out at 6 a.m. every morning. It is nice. And yeah, so if you're planning to do this, do it. I will try to do a video weekly. I will not make any promises because I'm, trying to do all kinds of stuff. I will definitely make sure to do one after the next orientation, which will be on January 10th. I'm going to try to start hitting some events though, because what I don't want to do is to sit in the house until then, because if I was to do that, then I would never leave the house because I would just be here and I would be so comfortable with being in the house. And then that will, again, my anxiety will never go anywhere. So my plan is to actually, try to get out and things like that. So what I did is I did make the first step in trying to do that, and I got my Slack privileges back, because a lot of people don't know if when you're going through Tulsa Remote, if your Slack privileges, you just send them an email, they'll get them redone. So I got my Slack privileges back because I'm like, listen, I'm here. If I continue to not be around people or find my tribe, guess what? I'm gonna be right here in this house. So I was like, I'd like to know what the events is going on with TR, so I can at least try to get out there, especially if there's one on the weekends or something like that. I can get out there. And I do feel like with Christmas right around the corner, TR is not going to allow its members to just be in the house and be by themselves. So we're gonna see. So I'm hoping that they have some type of Christmas party or something coming up. But at this point, I'm just feel like I'm rambling. But so I will try, like I said, if I don't do a video weekly, I will definitely try to do it monthly. I'm so happy that I have people who are actually interested in my story and this journey, because it is definitely a lot. I don't know how else to say it. It's a lot. Okay. But yeah, we're doing this day by day. So yeah. Anywho, thank you so much for following. Make sure if you like this to like, share, and please leave a comment. If